talk about everything, play music in between. Tune in and enjoy Chad's underground scene. Talking music, you know what I mean. Tune in and enjoy Chad's underground scene. Welcome to Chad's Underground Scene with my special guest this week, the Lonesome Captain. How you doing?
How do, folks?
And where are we?
We're in Venice, California, Chad. Thanks for having me.
We are in Venice Beach. So how are things in Venice?
It is the land of the haves and the have-nots. It's the Google $4 million and 2 shopping carts duking it out every day. So, yeah.
And we've done a little bit of both, huh?
I straddle both legs quite frequently, so I get both. I think I'm leaning a little bit more shopping cart side these days, but anyways.
So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Lonesome Captain is I'm the Lonesome Captain. I usually play with my Hurt Feelings. They could not join us today. They have a very busy schedule. We are a country funk operation. Country funk is the most sexually charged of all the musical genres. At our shows, there have been many spontaneous pregnancies. There are a lot of children really attributed to a Lonesome Captain concert out there, the younger generation of country funk enthusiasts.
Okay, so what I want to know is how you get your feelings hurt.
Have you tried living, Chad?
Yes.
I find that the living is really my greatest source of inspiration. That is where at every turn I found my feelings getting hurt.
And that's how you get your hurt feelings?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so let's start the show with a little song by you. This is an original, right?
This is an original it's an original song called Temporarily Embarrassed Millionaire, which is not a phrase of mine. It is really why people cannot adopt kind of like a bigger socialist kind of approach to living. Because in America, everyone is just this far away from being the big success. They can never say like, hey, it's not working out for me. So I understand that feeling quite well. So I tried to write a song about it. Hopefully the song's better than my intro to it. All right, let's go. With a little volume. This is our dreams that make us tick. Well, getting there, that's the trick. Struggle, strive, fear and doubt, learning hard way what the world's about. I know I'm gonna get mine. I'm just sitting here with Chad waiting for the sun to shine. I'm a temporarily embarrassed millionaire. Success and I haven't had the chance to meet. I don't play the Opry, I play the Escondite. In my heart, I'm a stone cold star, days away from living in my car. In this, I'm not alone. I'm just another dirty dog out chasing his bones. I'm a temporarily embarrassed millionaire. Someday we can meet up in Malibu, or maybe Beverly Hills. I got the perfect place picked out, where we can romanticize all the thrills of being temporarily embarrassed millionaires. Oh yeah. I know these hard times won't be here for long. I'm gonna sit them out just singing my songs. And I'm asking too much. Please, will you give me a couple bucks? I'm sorry if that sounds a little crass, but in America, baby, it's all about the cash for temporarily embarrassed millionaires. Oh yeah. Someday we can meet up in Malibu, or maybe Beverly Hills. I got the perfect place picked out where we can romanticize all the thrills of being temporarily embarrassed millionaires. I'm richer than it seems, cause believe it or not, man, this is a dream. I'd do it if I didn't get paid, cause occasionally it even gets me laid. So if you got it in, you gotta take the chance. I can't wait to see your victory dance. Here's to all the temporarily embarrassed millionaires. I like a rough start and hat troubles.
Nice.
It creates an air of danger, and I don't expect perfection. So
I'm up the same road with that.
you're a hat man. Do you have any hat troubles ever?
Just do it, right?
Yeah, just keep it till it go.
Make it happen. So, tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you become the Lonesome Captain?
It was basically after a lifetime of dancing between mediocrity and failure that I completely just fell apart. And this is the Phoenix. This is the reborn version. This is the attempt to not be scared of life anymore. To not be the nervous woodland animal scurrying about the corners, and just confront life head on in a sequin shirt and a big hat and a customized guitar, and to try and make the most out of life. But mostly in all seriousness, and I don't like to be serious ever, but it's I got tired of being scared of life. So this is me trying to
break it out. Awesome. So how many gallons is that hat, do you think?
It's a 40-gallon hat.
40.
40.
Sweet.
Used to be Bob Hope's.
Oh, really? Is there a story behind that?
Well, it was not paid for with the certificate of authentication that I could whip it out. But yeah, it was a movie prop that came my way. And it came way actually before the Captain really existed. It was part of what became the Captain.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Bob Hope.
We're going to talk seriously.
Talk about a great entertainer. Bob Hope is one of my favorites.
And a decent golfer.
Yes. Yes. And probably still is.
I think he cared more about the golfing than the entertaining, but from what I've heard. But anyways.
So I met you at Maui Sugar Mill. We played a show together.
I love the Maui Sugar Mill. I don't know. You've probably played there way more times than I have.
Yeah. And this show's about the underground. And Maui Sugar Mill, big supporter of the underground. One of my favorite places to play.
Well, I agree. But if you look at, if that would be one of the best places to be an alcoholic.
Oh, yes.
I mean, if you're just going to sit at that bar stool for like a 5-year stretch and never leave, you will see some great talent, some crazy things. But especially the blues stuff that goes through there is amazing, and some of the punk bands.
Yeah, great.
And then of course you.
And every style, right? Every style of band you can imagine is coming through there.
And to reflect the kind of lower tier would be me. And it's that balance that makes it so beautiful.
It is. Yeah, we had a great night, you and I, and we did some spontaneous stuff. I had you just jump up on stage.
I jumped up. I did the
play
Rock and Roll Hall of
with
Fame induction ceremony routine with a lot of this. And
posing is important.
Yeah. Right? We didn't touch hats, so that was good. That was
which was very difficult because I had a big hat.
I had some hat panic going on there. So but that was a good night, and those people are really great. I gotta say, I love it.
All right, so let's jump into a song. We'll do this one together. This one is called "Mind Your Own Business."
All right,
tell us a little bit about it, because this is one of my favorite songwriters. This is one of the original singer-songwriters right here.
Yeah, and maybe never topped. This is a Hank Sr. song, which could have been done by Black Flag. This could be like a punk song.
Yeah,
this could be a great country song, but this is Hank Sr. And it actually
original punk. Yeah, he was an original punk. That's for sure.
In terms of just put it out there, be as real as possible, just sing it. Yeah. So this is called "Mind Your Own Business." You my woman want to fuss and fight, don't bother us, brother. Got a license to fight. Please mind your own business. Mind your own business. If you mind your business, you won't be minding mine. Woman on my block, she's the nosiest thing. She picks up the receiver, she knows it's my ring. Mind your own business, Arlene. Mind your own business. Mind your own business. You're busy all the time. I'm gonna pick it. Oh! I'm getting thinking. 203, don't worry about me. I had to get it just like me. Mind your own business. Mind your own business. Mind your business, don't be minding mine. I got a woman wears her hair up high. All the fellas whistle when she walked by. I said, boys, mind your own business. Mind your own business, you too, Chad. Mind your own business, don't be minding mine. Let's boogie. Whoa! But no business seems so high tone. I got enough trouble just minding my own. Please mind your own business. Mind your own business. Mind your own business. And you won't be mine, man.
There we go.
Rough and ready. Sorry, man.
That's right.
If I could sing something twice, we
Rough
could
and
harmonize. But I can't. Anyways.
So, tell us a little bit about putting together your band. I know you have several members in your band that play with you.
Yeah, well, I have one main drummer named Pearl. She is beautiful. She is. She only uses one drum, and that's all she needs to give you the most ear assault that you could ever handle. She's beautiful. I said that before. I guess I'm doubling down on the looks, but she has even more talent than that.
And I notice she does whatever she wants up there. She hits that drum and says whatever she wants.
Yeah, no one cares. And then we also play with the Bocephus. Her daddy was a big Hank Sr. fan. I don't know if you know the name Bocephus.
Yeah, Bocephus. Yeah.
Bocephus was a clown on Nashville Nashville television back when Hank Jr. was born, and his father, I guess a loving father, nicknamed him after the television clown. And I think Bocephus' father was expecting a boy. So, anyways, those are our main people.
So that's a very talented family.
The Williams?
Yeah, all three of them. Yeah, the junior and the third. It's amazing.
I love all of them in different ways.
Yeah, and they have a connection where you can tell that they're related, but they also do things so much their own way. It's great.
Oh yeah, and you can hear all the eras. I mean, obviously with the Hank Williams started off, and then Junior kind of like cleaned up the '70s and had that 70s '80s sound. Then Hank 3 was he brought in the next couple decades.
Right, and Hank 3, I love to see him live. He hasn't been out for quite a while live.
Okay.
So
I've never had the pleasure.
He might be going through a thing, but it's the funniest thing when you go out to see him because it's country music, but it's got an edge to it, kind of a punk edge to it. It's got a little psychobilly, little country, little rock and roll. It's pretty cool. But the funny thing is when they set up, he plays a lot of small clubs, a lot of clubs that are maybe 300 people to 1,000 or 1,200 people, and he comes in and sets up, and they have full stack amps of orange amps.
Okay,
all over the entire stage, including the violin player.
Yeah.
So they'll have like 10 stacks of amps. And then they come out there and you're going, oh, this is going to be crazy, right? And they get out there and they play, and the sound is so good.
Yeah,
it just amazes me. However they got that all figured out.
But I've never seen it, the show before. I guess it's going back. But didn't he used to play 2 sets, like kind of like a straight country set?
Yeah,
like
sometimes he does that.
Shred set where the orange amps would come in handy? Yeah, okay, yeah.
But he's got the orange amps for all of it.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Even the pedal steel guy has his orange amp.
Nice. I like it.
It's awesome. And
a little more lo-fi than that.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate that.
It's pretty cool. And everything's tubes, everything is loud, and everything sounds crisp and clear.
He's awesome.
It's amazing. Yeah, and it all came from his father and his grandfather, right? His grandfather started it all with his punk attitude and his great country music.
Oh, yeah. Some of the best songs ever.
And I would say he was the beginning of probably the underground, right?
Well,
because he was doing something different than everybody else.
Yeah, and he definitely embodies that outsider thing. Like,
Yeah.
he was not going to just jump in and play the game. From what I understand, I'm not a historian, but he paid for some of his choices. As dearly as you can pay. But he stood by his music,
And it looks like the Suns followed in the footsteps and repaid.
For sure. They.
So, who are some of your other favorite artists? Because I've got a long list.
Well, it's pretty endless. But like for the Captain, like Ground Zero is Jerry Reed, Tony Joe White, George Clinton.
Nice, yeah.
So a lot of like, Lee Dorsey. Like so, a lot of kind of funky acoustic, small, simple things. But we're going to draw from classic soul and early punk and so we have a medley where we in the same song we do the Dead Kennedys and Merle Haggard. So
I know the night I played with you, you played Too Drunk to Fuck.
Yeah.
Great song. You did a great rendition of that.
Yeah, I love that. I love finding the connections of like where the spirit's the same, even though the genres tell you it's not. But if you find that common thread, you can put them all together. And
and Dead Kennedys had a very country influence in their music. They had a lot of little riffs coming out of country music.
That East Bay Ray is amazing.
Great guitar player.
And all the stuff he drew from, and that was one of they ask you those questions like, what are the records that kind of blew your mind?
Yeah.
And I remember putting being like 12 or something, putting that fresh fruit for rotting vegetables. Growing up in a land of Kiss and and then
Journey,
and that's what what you thought sounds were, and then you heard that, and that kicked my ass for a year. But if you put that up with the classic punk records, that's one of the best ones. From start to finish, that is great music, great point of view, great art direct. It hits on every cylinder.
And they had everything. They had a great band, right? Great drummer, great bass player, great guitar player.
Yeah.
Great front man, singer.
Oh.
And lyrics off the hook, right? The lyrics were great.
Well, the thing that I love, like you try and be kind of like, comedy and music is kind of a tricky thing because you get put down the bottom of the the novelty records or whatever. But he was funny as shit.
Yes,
and
he was serious as hell at the same time.
Oh, for sure. Like he had a point of view. He wanted to tear down the world. He
get it across.
But to do that with a sense of humor. Is amazing too.
And I was lucky to be in the middle of that. I played shows with that band and with his band.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Shows where they showed up to see us. It was so cool. Such a cool scene.
Yeah.
And several times the shows got shut down. Right? We played one show with them, and the cops came and just shut the whole thing down
after like a minute. Or
well, they were a minute into their set, and then the tear gas came into the building. And
actual tear gas?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Man. I couldn't imagine.
I'm pretty sure the cops had pre-planned they were going to come and bust this
they
thing
had
up,
all times like, get it ready.
Because they had the riot squads and everybody, and they were hitting us as we walked out. And with
their billy clubs. Is it San Francisco?
No, this was right here in Wilmington.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Well, that's a good story.
It was great.
Did you lose your guitar? Did you get hurt?
Oh, no, we were fine.
We were fine.
We somehow we got into the car. We just get out of there.
All right, wow. That's awesome.
And all our equipment, everything. We got everything back. We didn't have any problems.
I can't manage to get all my equipment in a comm gig to make it to the house. I'm forever getting emails like, hey, you forgot this.
Yeah.
You forgot that.
We were lucky because we loaded right away after we played. We loaded our stuff. The tough part was getting from the club to the car.
Oh, okay.
And the cops were hitting me in the back of the legs as I was getting in the car.
No way. That's crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, what exactly? It was exactly that. Awesome.
I like to say, because in life you have your ups and downs and all this stuff.
Yeah.
That I'm getting the full life experience. So, that's part of the full life experience. Police, as long as you get to walk away and tell the tale.
Exactly.
That's a great story. Unfortunately, not everyone does. But.
Right. Okay, so time for another song.
All right.
Let's play Ain't Nothing to Me.
All right.
By Johnny Winter. Right?
on. Now don't be a fool. I'd rather have a hot-seated Sing prison than to sit down next to her on that stool. What's that you say? Well, I guess you're right. Ain't nothing to me. Ain't nothing to me. Ain't nothing to me. Ain't nothing to me. See that man? She belongs to him, buddy. Drink up and leave while you can. I can tell by the way he looks at you, buddy. He's sure a jealous, short-tempered man. What's that you say? Well, I guess you're right. Ain't nothing to me. Ain't nothing to me. Nice. Ain't nothing to me. Ain't nothing to me. Now you're laid out on the floor, buddy. Look what you went and made him do. They're taking him to the jailhouse, buddy. And tomorrow someone will bury you. Oh, well, that's life. Or at least it was. Ain't nothing to me. 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 Ain't nothing to me.
Yeah.
I got excited that I was going to get through with getting all the chords right, and then I realized I was playing the wrong chord.
Well, no, you played all the right chords.
That's
all that matters.
Yeah,
we played all the right chords.
We did it.
Right? They were in there.
Not necessarily in the right order.
Right, but we played all the right chords.
All the right chords, all right. Yeah. That was awesome.
That's all that matters. All right, so let's talk a little bit about busking, because I heard you're a busker, and I'm a busker.
And
he's a busker too.
You're a busker too? All right. Well, busking is ground zero for performance. You know, if you were getting, nothing's harder than taking a bunch of people walking to get somewhere where they're going to have a meal or have some fun, and then interrupt them with, "Hey, I'm having a show over here." Like, you got to work hard to make that noise, and you got to deliver. And for me, like, I use it for shows because I tend to talk too much for practice, like to kind of get my bits in between right. And you learn really fast what's landing and what's not landing, and you pay for the privilege to be out there. How about you? What's your experience?
Yeah. And from what I've found is with playing music and writing music and performing music, busking is really good, and one gig is like 10 rehearsals, right? So I tell people, play as many gigs as you can and get out there and busk. One of my favorite places to busk is on Fremont Street in Las Vegas.
Oh, wow.
And that's the real deal there, right? You have people that are totally distracted by a lot of things.
Sure.
And you're trying to drag them...
Indigestion from all the crab and prime rib?
Yes. And you're trying to drag their attention away from all these lights and all these other things going on. But when you get their attention, it's a great thing. And, and it's crazy.
Connecting.
Sometimes they're very generous. And the crazy thing about busking, it's happened to me several times. I've been busking. One was in San Francisco, which was the most amazing thing. We were down in San Francisco, and one of our shows got canceled on our tour.
Okay.
And so we're trying to make any extra money we could. And we're all down in San Francisco busking on the street. and it's going great. There's people coming up, putting money in, and the craziest thing is there was some vagrants that were living on the street there, and they liked us so much they came over and they were putting like $20 bills in our guitar case.
Oh,
and I'm going, here's people with, and they're going, this was so great, you entertained us, we're so happy, and we're like, no, we don't want your money. And they're like, no, you have to take it, you really were great.
That's amazing. I've only had the vagrants offer up their dancing services.
Yes, no, it was amazing.
And join the show. But maybe,
and same thing has happened to me in Vegas, where there was other entertainers.
Oh,
they came over and gave me some of their money and said, this was great, you guys were great.
That's all. Well, it's kind of like the person who always tips the best is the one's like, you ever a waiter?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know, like they know how hard you're working. You know, going back, I actually wrote that song, Temporarily Embarrassed Millionaire, that we did earlier, or maybe in the future, depending on the powers of editing. There's a verse in there like asking for money, you know, just to put it out there, because and also I think I also mentioned you know, part of being the captain's about confronting fears.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And walking down to a crowded area in this costume and opening up a guitar case and you know, and start playing your songs.
Oh right, yeah.
You know, that's where the rubber hits the road. I mean, that's confronting every performance fear. You don't have, you know, even the you know, advantage of being raised up 6 inches.
Oh right, yeah.
like I'm doing something over here.
You're eye to eye.
You're eye to eye with people, just, you know, and so I love it. I probably should do it more. I definitely have to work myself up to like be, you know, I definitely need a little pep talk before I do it, but I do love it. And someday, and like you're saying, you come home with like the stories. I mean,
it's amazing stories of
you live life, you know, and weird stuff happens on the street, and it's kind of amazing. And sometimes, you know, and thankfully I haven't had that where someone just like punched me in the nose and took my guitar, you know. So maybe that's coming. I don't know.
So another experience I had, which was great. I was on a tour and we were playing. It was just me actually, and I was playing in Nashville, and I went down after my show. I went down on the main street, the main drag in Nashville, and I was walking down the street, and there was a busker there. He came up and he's playing a song to me, and I'm like, "That is good. I'm enjoying this song." And then he looked at me because I'm standing there with some equipment, right? And he goes, "You play?" And I said, "Yeah, I play." And he goes, "Well, I'd be honored if you play my guitar." Right? And I go, "Okay." So I took his guitar and I played a song, and people came over and they were giving us some money, right? And he goes, "Hey man, how about you bus with me the rest of the night? We'll split the money." And we spent at least an hour or two together, busking that street, and then at the end, I just gave him all the money. It was awesome. He was
that's awesome.
and he's like, "Oh, thanks. I didn't need you to do that." He goes, "Do you live here? Because if you live here, we should do this all the time." But I said, "No, I don't live here. I live in California, so I'm headed back to California in a couple days."
Have you played a lot in Nashville?
I've played 3 times on different tours, and it's a great place to play.
Awesome. I've only been a tourist there, but I love it.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
And I had one of the shows where I was probably the most stage fright I've ever had. I was playing at this place called Nashville Palace, and this guy in front of me was like 6'10" country singer with a deep voice, right? And I go, "They're going to tear me to shreds when I get up there." And he goes, "No, dude, they're going to like whatever you're doing. This place loves everybody and everything they do."
That's the thing. You got to find those little pockets.
Yeah, and I got up there and I played, and it was great.
That's great.
And people loved it. Yeah.
Amazing.
All right, let's do another one of your originals.
All right.
Baby, let's commit some more.
Yeah. Well, this tune's just your basic fantasy of having a beautiful woman and maybe go rob a bank, ride off in the sunset, leave all your old problems behind, go get a new set of problems. But it's called, as you said, Baby, let's commit some crimes. Come on, baby, let's commit some crimes. Come on, baby, let's commit some crimes. I'm tired of losing now, gonna get what's mine. Come on, girl, let's commit some crime. Maybe we should steal what's left of their soul. Maybe we should steal what's left of their soul. On second thought, how about we just steal some gold? They don't even deserve to be whole. I say we go and rob a bank. Come on, let's go rob a bank. I'll load up the gun and fill the tank. It's time we go rob a bank. I'm gonna do a little robbing now. Baby, put your good red dress on. Put on that good red dress. Show 'em what you got, baby, I'll handle the rest. Put on that good red dress. You look so good with that evil in your eye. Look so good with the evil in your eye. Good, so good, let's kiss this town goodbye. Look so good with the evil in your eye. Well, they're never gonna put us in that old cold jail. Never gonna put us in that old cold jail. They can't catch us if they don't find the trail. We're not gonna die in no cold jail. You know this tune, it ain't nothing new. This old tune ain't nothing new. Guess what, mama? I stole it too. This tune ain't nothing new. Here we go now. Going down the road, feeling bad. Going down the road, feeling bad. Going down the road, feeling bad. Ain't gonna be treated this way. We're not gonna feel that bad anymore, because we got the gold. And for the sake of this song, Chad, you are a beautiful woman in a sophisticated red dress that matches all your curves.
Sweet.
Yeah, there we go. We're going off the road now, going down that road with all that money. Riding off the sunset.
Yeah. Sweet song. I like that.
If only life was so easy.
Yes, then that's what we all want. Right? We want things to be
Anarchy,
simple.
violence, just a dumb thing. Give me that money. I gotta
Make
go.
it easy, please. Make it easy. So, tell us how we can get a hold of your music, or how we can find out where you're playing.
In all the places, well, the first place is lonesomecaptain.com. We got all the shows coming up and that sort of stuff. You know, we got Instagram's an okay place. Lonesome Captain Hurt Feelings. And those are the two major channels, you know. Or come down to Venice Beach on any given Friday afternoon and see me dancing about like a fool. But yeah.
Nice, okay. And you can find me at ChadCarrier-Acoustic.com, or you can go to LordCashPockets.com. Everything is there.
All right.
I would like to thank my special guest, the Lonesome Captain,
And I would like to thank
and his
you.
hurt feelings.
The hurt feel, yeah, I guess the hurt. I bring my hurt feelings everywhere, but the band could be. But yeah, thanks so much for having me on. It's been great.
For coming out to Chad's underground scene, and we'd like to thank all of you for watching. And remember, it all starts in the underground.
Thanks so much. put up a fight. I'm gonna make them listen. It's gonna be alright. My name is Jack, and I wanna. My name is Jack, but I'm gonna. It's gonna happen to you. It's gonna make you feel. I'm tired of you saying it's no big deal. My name is Jack. My name is Jack, and I don't wanna. My name is Jack, but I'm gonna. My name is Jack, and I don't wanna. My name is Jack, but I'm gonna. My name is Jack. We talk about everything, play music in between. Tune in and enjoy Chad's Underground.